Sodium ions are blue. Potassium ions are red. The sodium and potassium pump is white. Negative charges. Positive charges. Sodium channels are green. Potassium channels are black. Calcium channels are red. Calcium ions are white. Here we can see the dendrites, cell body, and the myelinated axon. The myelin sheath is represented by the red clay. When a neuron is at rest, it has a net positive charge outside of the cell and a net negative charge on the inside of the cell. The cell body is also negative and contains sulfate ions and chloride ions, along with negatively charged proteins. This charge is maintained by the sodium-potassium pump that pushes out 3 sodium for every 2 potassium in. This process repeats, resulting in a net positive charge on the outside of the cell. The process of nerve impulse transmission starts when the neuron receives an impulse. When a stimulus reaches the neuron's membrane, by either neurotransmitter being dumped into the synapse of a dendrite or the stimulation of the dendrites in another way, depolarization is triggered. During depolarization, the cell's sodium channels open, and sodium rushes in, reversing the charges to positive on the inside and negative on the outside, which then triggers depolarization in the next part of the cell. The nerve impulse moves from the cell body to the axon, continuing to open sodium channels. As sodium channels open and sodium rushes in during depolarization, immediately afterwards potassium channels open, starting repolarization. With positively charged potassium on the outside, the charges reverse to negative on the inside and positive on the outside. Now also the sodium-potassium pump starts working again, completely normalizing the charges to a resting potential. Now the nerve impulse moves down the axon. However, as this is a myelinated axon, depolarization and repolarization only occur at the so-called roads of Ranvier, which are the spots that are not covered by the red myelin sheaths. This way, the impulse transmission is way faster than compared to an unmyelinated neuron. When the stimulus reaches the end bulb, it causes calcium channels to open. Now calcium rushes into the end bulb. Then the presence of calcium causes the synaptic vesicles that contain neurotransmitter to go down to the synapse and merge with the cell membrane of the axon, releasing their neurotransmitter into the synapse. The neurotransmitter can then trigger action potential in different cells, like other neurons or muscle cells, resulting in magic like this.